Randy Hoover, Product Development Manager for Rehau. Thanks so much for sitting down with us today.
No problem, Joe.
So first of all, the campus and the showroom, everything here is spectacular. I mean, this is just an amazing place to visit. Does Rehau have these all over the world? Because this is awesome.
We do. We try to have a visitor center very much like this in all of our facilities, and we're very proud of this one.
It's spectacular. It's beautiful. So tell us a little bit about Rehau. So you guys are a European company,
German-based company. Started off in 1947, family owned. Started off in the actual in the shoe industry after the war, making soles for shoes. Very much needed product. Eventually turned into a polymer provider, a polymer solutions company, and 1952-53 when the owners decided to start making window products. We were one of the pioneers in extruded PVC window lineals, window profiles, and mainly in Europe at the time. And it was probably in the mid-60s that some of those window products started making their way into the Canadian market. We had at that time some strategically located sales offices in North America, Montreal, Toronto, and then in 1978-79, the owners chose the property that we're sitting in right now here in Leesburg, Virginia, as North American headquarters for Rehau. Was at the time, it might look like a nice country view right now, but as you probably noticed, it's built up quite a bit around here. But they chose this because of its location close to Dulles Airport, and the owners of our company have vision. They knew it was going to
be a big area.
Yeah. So we expanded the campus in the early 2000s and added this building. But Rehau worldwide, we employ up to 20,000 people.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
All over the world.
As a family-owned company, employing 20,000, that's incredible. I mean, that really, and you said plants all over the world, products that span all kind of industries.
Yes, we're not only in the window and door industry, or what we call window solutions. We have an automotive solutions division.
Saw the BMW, the front end off the BMW.
Mercedes. We do BMW as well. Yeah. The main products for our automotive division are produced in our plant in Coleman, Alabama. It's been expanded 4 times since it opened.
Wow.
We started out doing products for the Mercedes M-Class sport utility vehicle, bumper systems, body side moldings, rocker moldings, things like that. And now we're making parts for the C-Class Mercedes as well. We're strategically located near the Vance, Alabama Mercedes plant. We're about 50 miles away, and we produce parts, bumper systems especially, that are painted, and one giant subsystem, as you see hanging over on the wall behind my shoulder, they're just in time. They get loaded on a truck, and they go into the plant, and they get put right on the vehicle.
So if you buy a Rehau window, they're like kissing cousins with Mercedes. That's what do Windows and Mercedes have in common? That's great.
Yeah, it's a German heritage.
Yeah. But you guys also have a plumbing division, PEX.
We do. PEX plumbing, underfloor heating systems, fire protection systems, sprinkler systems, under field heating, like for football fields, soccer fields, ice melt, and then water and cold and hot water systems. Sure. Mainly residential for those, but we also do municipal plumbing. We do sewer pipe and things like that too in the Canadian market.
And then you guys have a furniture division?
Furniture division. profiles like you see here on this table. This is Rehau edge band product, and solid surfacing materials that we can have. Customers can produce tabletops, cabinet doors, and cabinet surfacing with a lot of different, a range of wood grains, high gloss finishes. It's beautiful stuff.
And just a little more name dropping. IKEA is a big
IKEA is one of
big customer
our big
of yours.
customers. Yes, in that division. We also have what we call Industrial Solutions division, and they get into making products for commercial cooling or commercial coolers, soda coolers, milk refrigeration systems. The doors, the framing for the doors we're trying to change, very much like the window market, where we went from aluminum to vinyl. We're trying to change that market gradually as well, going from aluminum framed refrigerator doors to PVC. So,
no kidding.
It's
So
quite
it's a very substantial company, Rehau
yes,
is.
yeah.
Now, from the window division, what makes Rehau special? Like, what are some of the things that Rehau, from their window products, really concentrates on?
Well, like I said before, we value our German heritage very much, and the products that we first brought over here in at that time, we didn't bring them over quite as early as 78 or 79. The window products as a division were in the 83, 84 time period. Those products were European products or designed by Europeans. And we took those products and made them our own. We made design changes, and made them suited more to the North American market. One product, though, the tilt and turn product that we were importing, didn't change. Tilt and turn products were unheard of at that time, especially PVC ones.
Right.
In North America, not in Europe, but in North America, and we saw the future for that product was going to be very good. We had nothing but positive feedback at every show we went to at that time, and in one way or another, that product is still with us today with System 4500, which actually in itself was changed to fit North American, the remodeling, the 3 1/4 frame depth.
Frames, right.
But as far as our window products and how we sorry,
Kind of like your strategy
Yeah.
with them.
To keep the European or the German heritage in the robustness of the product.
So a little bit thicker walls.
A little heavier profile, strategically, positioning interior walls so that they have a purpose. We're just not throwing walls into the product just to make it heavier, just to be there for looks. They're there for specific purposes to
Structural integrity.
Thermal efficiency. Using the walls for screw retention, where if we have a hardware that's going to be screwed into the vinyl, we want to make sure there's something behind it. If there's not steel there behind it, reinforcement, there's wall structure that will sufficiently hold the screws. You said the wall thickness, that's another big thing. But trying to put as many value-added features in the product as possible.
So really thinking through the design, and also, looking at longevity of the product. I mean, one of the things in Europe is, the buildings are hundreds of years old. The windows, are made to last.
Yes.
Where in North America, sometimes that's not necessarily a priority, but with Rehau,
right,
it is.
Our profile compound, our recipe is such that it stands up to UV and weatherability much longer than a lot of our competitors. We do a lot of internal testing of our competitors' products, and we see some surprising things. We don't see such surprising things with Rehau product profile. Yes, our prices are higher than most, but the built-in the value it surpasses what you might save here or there with thinning walls or taking impact modifiers out of the compound, or products that make it retain its shine over the long term. And that's the thing. They're built to last.
So your fabricators are typically higher end. I mean, they're selling higher end windows out into the marketplace.
We have a lot of customers that have been with us 30 years plus. A lot of those fabricators build, some of them are actually all Rehau. So they might do 4 or 5 of our Rehau products. Patio doors, single hungs, double hungs, casements, and tilt and turns. And they pride themselves on touting using that high quality product. Yeah. And it's a comforting feeling to hear them say that.
Sure. So today we're here to really do a deep dive into your new casement product, the Aspect. First of all, Aspect with a K.
Yes.
Very cool name, but
funny little 2 dots.
Little 2 dots, yeah. So little European twist there.
Yes.
How did you guys come up with that name?
We actually had within our Window Solutions division, there was a list of about 12 or 13 names that were suggested and put on a list. And
from employees,
from employees, we did send it out to a few key people outside of the group to come up with a name, and we took a vote, and Aspect kind of stuck. Aspect was I think it was popular because the Windows system itself, there were a lot of aspects to that Windows system that we wanted to make better than its predecessor. So it kind of makes sense. I'm very, very pleased with it. Before we kind of used numbers for our systems. We're gonna eventually get into using more names. Geneo, some people pronounce it. The tilt and turn product here behind us was one of the first products to have an actual name and not a series number.
Gotcha. So this is the Aspect's predecessor, right?
Actually, the product behind us down here is the predecessor. There's a cross section of it on the wall right over there.
Okay.
This product here is an Aspect product that this was Aspect as it was originally designed 2 years ago as a 3.5-inch frame.
Okay.
At the time, we were gearing the product towards the light commercial market. At that time, with the light commercial products, there is not really a specific frame width that's requested. This particular frame here would be more geared towards the West Coast light commercial market. But since we were eventually doing away with our what we called our System 1400 casement, that was primarily a residential product, a pure 3.25 inch frame. To replace 1400 with Aspect, we designed a 3.25 inch version that maintains the aspects of Aspect, and we designed a new frame with this interior bevel to bring the frame down to the traditional 3.25 inch frame depth. But with the one of the big changes that we made, and I'm probably leading you, I don't want to lead your questions, but we heard about FlexScreen at, I believe it was Glass Build.
Probably a couple years ago.
Yes. And then you came and visited us with on the insistence of one of my colleagues, Justin Taylor, and you demonstrated the FlexScreen product, and I was blown away. It was time for something as to me, I thought it was revolutionary, and I still think it is. We were knowing that we were in the midst of kind of redesigning Aspect to address some different markets in the U.S., not just the light commercial end. We knew we'd be able to make some tooling changes, and when I saw FlexScreen, I said that we need to do this. We have the opportunity right now to change the screen groove.
Kind of a traditional casement screen groove.
Traditional kind of, here's a groove, it'll fit a clip or a pin or something, a flanged screen.
Figure it out.
Figure it out, right.
Whatever.
I mean, we don't fabricate windows. We design systems. And traditionally, we've left choice of screens up to the fabricator, just like they choose glass. We give them basic parameters as to what glass and glazing will fit the systems. But as with that, we did the same thing with screens.
So this is the first time you guys really designed around a screen product.
Absolutely, yes. And
well, we're honored. I just want to tell you that that's fantastic. We really appreciate it.
And we're honored to be able to use the product in our product. And I truly do think that it was perfect timing for this casement product. When we were reviewing that, we also started looking at the products that we're going forward with. Our System 700 double hung behind us here,
works great.
It's already suited for it. It already has a similar channel. We have a single hung and single slider design in that same family that we'll be able to use it with a clip.
Little clip.
And our System 190, which is a kind of manufactured housing type window, same thing. We would have to do a clip to incorporate.
Which is pretty simple, not
pretty
terribly
simple.
Yep. And we're even looking at like some of your tilt and turn products, so solutions for those that are really spectacular.
That is almost as exciting for me as having a screening system for the casement that's revolutionary. Traditionally, tilt and turn products were never designed with screen systems in them because for the most part in Europe, screens aren't a big deal.
There's no bugs in Europe. Apparently.
Yeah, apparently not. I'm told that there are, but they don't try to get in your house. But
they're well behaved.
Yeah,
bugs.
they're well behaved. They're well behaved. But before, currently even, the way you put a screen on a tilt and turn product is to use another profile or like
an exterior
kind of
piece,
a mini frame that will attach or mechanically fasten. We do have one that can be welded, but it's okay. But I think we've hit on a really good solution for tilt and turns, and I'm very excited about that. We have a little bit of work to do yet, but I think it's great.
Yeah. So some of the things with the new casement, with the Aspect casement, it solved some design issues with screens with the casements. What's the big thing that caused you to again, we know it goes in and out easy, but was there some design aspect that was like, wow?
You said it, Aspect. To me, it was great because what it does is it takes the screen it takes the screen framing material out of your line of vision.
I'm looking at the one over your shoulder there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is actually this is the Aspect window using the frame that you see here. This is a prototype. The frame is actually a prototype. The actual frame material will be available in the next 3 months. And
Well,
Once we got the sample screens and put them in this product, we were just amazed at how you're not looking at screen, you're looking at glass, you're looking through the window.
what I
It's not
really
blocking
love
your vision.
about the design of it is that bevel. I love the bevel. I think that brings some visual interest to the inside of the house.
Thank you.
You know, but then it's not interrupted. If you would have to put a different screen on there, that nice contemporary sleek look would just be, it would be ruined.
It takes your eye off of it. I think, I say that it's revolutionary, especially for a casement window, because the screen's basically in your face. You know, at least with a double hung or a single hung, the screen's towards the outside, and it's a little more, I don't want to say forgettable, but it's not right in your face like a casement window.
Right.
And this is perfect. It couldn't be more perfect.
So one last non-FlexScreen question before we finish up. Where do you see the future of the window industry? I mean, we've seen, you know, just in my time in the window industry, you know, I've seen some evolutions and some revolutions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what do you see, and what does Rehau see as coming in the future?
Well, I think the idea of what we're doing right now is simplifying the products that we offer, simplifying the number of products that we offer, trying to narrow down the styles that we offer, and keep adding options within each of those styles is one of our goals.
So make fabrication easier for your customers.
Fabrication easier, and you know, adding value-added things to the basic designs, trying to make those designs last as long as, and you know, I have to give kudos to the System 1400 casement that Aspect will eventually replace. It's been around since 1995. It's been a good bread and butter product for us. But trying to simplify the things like our glazing of Aspect is very similar to the products that we bring over from Europe, in that a customer that's building Aspect and Gneo and 4500 can stock the same glazing stops for all three systems.
Some common parts.
Commonality, yes. As far as the Rehau products going forward, those things still apply. But you're going to see a lot more composite material. Gneo, I don't know whether you know it or not, but we talked about it a little bit. It uses what we still see as a revolutionary material, in that there's a glass fiber core to the sash and the frame profiles, with a PVC skin on the outside that completely encapsulates the glass fiber core material. But the unique thing about remove.We is that it's weldable. The corners are weldable just like a PVC window profile.
So you have the strength of the fiberglass window, but you have the weldability and the ease of fabrication of the vinyl. Wow, that's incredible.
Right. And it's the nice thing about remove.We and the robustness of those profiles in general. You can build windows and doors a lot bigger than you could before with PVC without using steel reinforcement. The other cool thing about it is that knowing that there may or may not be steel in it all the time, there are actual channels built into the profiles themselves to accept hardware screws. We call them ladders. So the screws go through 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5 ladders.
Yeah. Gone.
Yeah. But going a little further on the composite part of it, you will see in the future more Rehau products with composite material used.
And they'll all fit FlexScreen.
They better.
Well, Randy, thank you so much for taking the time to talk. We do have a little parting gift for you.
All right, thank you very much.
And thank you so much.
Great.
And look forward to our continued partnership and seeing this launch here very soon. I'm really excited.
Yeah, we're really excited about it too.
All right, well, thank you.